On this video, I'm going to show you how to edit your car photos so you can go from here to here in a fairly easy way. What's up everyone, Michael here, and today I wanted to show you a technique that I use during my early days in car photography editing. I'm going to be using Adobe Bridge and Adobe Photoshop, right? So this is applicable if you have a raw file. So if you have one raw file, this is a good technique to learn. Okay, so I'm going to start by opening the photo using Bridge. So when you double click it, it goes to Adobe Camera Raw editor. Okay, so the only thing you have to change right now is the setting right here. So you click this and you make sure open in Photoshop as smart objects is ticked. By default it's not, so you make sure that's ticked. You click OK and you click open object. Okay, once it's open, you right click that layer, and another important thing is you copy it using this new smart object via copy. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat that 3 times. Okay, so now I've copied it 3 times. This is our initial layer, and this is the 3 layers that I copied. Right, so I'm gonna name each layer. So this one I will call this landscape, car, sky. So I'm gonna disable the other layer, so I'm gonna enable only our base layer and landscape. Right here I'm gonna edit only the landscape part. I'm not gonna look at any other part of the photo. I'm just here to edit the landscape part. Okay, so quick tip, profile is a good way to start your editing. So I'm gonna choose Adobe Vivid here. I'm gonna increase the contrast, a bit of shadows, texture, and a bit of clarity. And because you added a lot of contrast, it will oversaturate the photo a little bit. So I'm gonna reduce that by decreasing vibrance. Right, I think that's good enough. Okay. And again on we go to car layer. So on this layer, we're gonna edit only the car. Okay, nothing else. So I'm not gonna look for any other elements in this photo. I'm just gonna put my focus on the car. So for here, let me go again with Vivid. I'm gonna reduce the exposure. I think right there is good. Now I'm gonna go on the sky layer, and I'm double click it. It will open the raw editor. Alright, so I'm gonna be focusing only on the sky on this one. I'm gonna choose landscape here. Previously I picked Vivid. You can experiment which one you like. So I'm using Adobe Landscape here as a profile. Gonna reduce, so immediately you can see the sky became dramatic after reducing the exposure. So gonna do it like that. Maybe highlights way down so you can see all the details of the sky. And then I'll add a bit of maybe clarity. Okay. Again, reduce the vibrance. Alright, so now we have all the 3 layers. So once you have the layers here, so let's disable all the layers again. So we start with landscape, so that's good. Enable the car, and by holding Alt key or Option key and clicking layer mask here, that if you hold the Alt key and you click this, it'll give you an inverted mask. So you're gonna have to paint to reveal this layer. Right, so you make sure that you're painting on white. I'm using a Wacom tablet. So if you're using a mouse, you can go with opacity of 100 and flow of 100. But for tablet, I am using 60% flow and 100% opacity. Click this. You don't have to be so accurate on this, but you want to restrict your strokes on the car only, so it doesn't overlap. Yeah. And if you overlap, it's easy. You just hit the X key on your keyboard, and you can erase that. If you did some overlapping there. Okay, so that's our before and after. I think I'm gonna add more. Okay, so that's done. Let's go with the sky. All right, so that's our before and after adding the car layer editing that we did. So now we go with the sky. So again, hold the Alt key or Option key, hit layer mask. It hides all the layer. Make sure you're painting in white. Opacity 100%. Okay, so now we're done editing our sky layer. Look from our before and after. So just to recap, we added the landscape, we added the car, and then we added the sky. Okay, editing is done. What we need to do now is some finishing touches, which is the bonus part of this video. So to merge all this layer, you're gonna hit Command Option Shift E. I'm just gonna name this layer Final. Okay, and I'm gonna clean up using spot healing brush. Okay, so cleanup is done. I'm gonna do a quick color toning using color balance, code shadows. And there you go. I think we're done. So we go from here to there. Again, before, after, edited the landscape, edited the car, edited the sky, we did a little of cleanup work, and then some color toning. Okay, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. So if you find this video helpful, please click like. You can subscribe, you can comment, and you can share this video. I would really appreciate that. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.